You want to go pro, right? You probably dream of playing for the biggest clubs in the world, lifting trophies with Real Madrid, Barcelona, winning the Champions League, and maybe even holding the Ballon d'Or one day. You see the lights, the stadiums, the fans chanting your name. That's the dream. But have you ever thought about this? There are millions of kids around the world chasing the exact same dream. And still, only 1% of them will actually make it. That's how hard it really is. And the reason most of them don't make it isn't because they didn't work hard enough. It's not because of bad genetics. It's not because they were born in the wrong country. It's because they made mistakes along the way. Small mistakes, wrong decisions, following the wrong advice. And that's why in today's video, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest mistakes every young footballer makes throughout their journey so you don't make the same ones. The first mistake every young footballer makes is copying the pros, and it quietly lowers your chances of going pro. You see your favorite players online, the drills they post, the routines, the way they warm up, the way they train, and you think, if I do exactly that, I'll reach their level. But that's not what built them. What you're watching is the final version of a player who already spent 10 years building his foundation. You're seeing chapter 20, not chapter 1. To become as good as them, you have to look at what they did in their childhood, not what they're doing now. Most elite players grew up playing constantly. Small-sided games, street football, competitive matches, playing in tight spaces, playing against older players. They weren't focused on looking professional. They were focused on playing, improving, competing, and enjoying the game. That's what developed their touch. That's what developed their creativity. That's what made their decision-making automatic. When you copy pros too early, you skip the most important stage development. You start training like someone who is already built instead of training like someone who is still building. And that's where it hurts your chances. Because if your foundation isn't strong, no advanced routine will save you later. You'll look sharp in drills but struggle in real matches. Football is about solving problems in real time. That ability is built through years of playing and realistic repetition, not copying what looks impressive. Use pros as inspiration, study their mentality, learn from their discipline. But don't copy their current routine. If you build your journey trying to mirror someone else, you might never fully develop your own game, and that's how many talented players slowly fall behind without even realizing. The second big mistake young footballers make is not training in a way that actually prepares them for real matches. When you avoid game-realistic training, your development becomes fake. You might look sharp in drills, but when match day comes, everything feels faster, harder, and more stressful. Your touch feels rushed. Your decisions feel late. You panic under pressure. Why? Because you never trained under real pressure. Doing drills alone with cones is comfortable. No one is pressing you. No one is trying to win the ball. You can take your time. If you mess up, you just restart. There's no consequence, no chaos, no unpredictability. But football is unpredictable. That's why small-sided games are so powerful. You're constantly involved. You're always attacking and defending. There's no hiding. You get more touches in 10 minutes than you might get in 30 minutes of a full match. You also get tired, and that's important. Because in real games, you have to think clearly while being tired. Small-sided games build stamina naturally. They force fast decision-making. They improve awareness, positioning, and reactions. Street football does the same thing in a different way. It builds creativity, confidence, problem-solving. You learn how to protect the ball in tight spaces. You learn how to beat real defenders, not cones. You learn how to compete. When you don't train in realistic situations, you delay your football IQ development. You may improve technically in isolation, but your game intelligence stays average. And at higher levels. Intelligence under pressure is what separates players. If your training doesn't feel intense, chaotic, and competitive sometimes, then it's not preparing you properly. The closer your training feels to a real match, the more comfortable you'll be when it actually matters. The third mistake young footballers make is believing the gym is what builds elite players. But I'm not saying stop training. I'm not saying strength doesn't matter. Strength matters. Being powerful matters. But a lot of young players think that putting a random 30-kilogram bar on their shoulders and squatting automatically makes their legs stronger for football. It's not like that. It's never that simple. If your body isn't ready, loading weight like that can compress you, make you stiff, and reduce your natural fluidity. Instead of helping your movement, it can limit it. Instead of making your body work as one unit, it can create tension and imbalance. And when your movement quality drops, your injury risk increases. Football strength isn't built in isolated, controlled reps. It's built in elastic, reactive environments. Almost all top professional footballers didn't grow up grinding in the gym or doing random workouts. They were playing, constantly, competing, having fun, building an extremely strong relationship with the ball. That connection built their foundation. If you feel weak, it's not always because you're too small or not muscular enough. It's often because your body isn't coordinated as a whole. Modern lifestyle already makes young players disconnected, sitting too much, wearing shoes all day, moving in limited patterns. Fix that first. Train your fascia. Play barefoot on natural surfaces. Do isometrics to build deep, connected strength without sacrificing fluidity. No random workouts chasing numbers. Build movement first. Build coordination first. Build your relationship with the ball first. Then let strength support your football, not replace it. The fourth mistake young footballers make is believing that hard work alone guarantees success. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Hard work beats talent every single time. You've seen the Ronaldo edits, the motivational speeches, the clips saying hard work made him one of the greatest players of all time. It sounds powerful, it looks good in videos, but it's not that simple. There are thousands of players who worked just as hard as Ronaldo. Some probably worked even harder, and they are nowhere near his level. And if you start tomorrow and just work harder than everyone, that still won't make you Ronaldo. Why? Because when most young players think of hard work, they think of grinding, pushing through pain, making themselves sore every day, doing endless cone drills, running until they're exhausted, lifting heavy constantly. They think suffering equals improvement. Football doesn't work like that. Grinding without direction doesn't make you elite. It just makes you tired. You can destroy your legs in the gym, feel sore every day, and still not improve your touch, your awareness, or your decision-making. In fact, constant fatigue can increase your injury risk and slow down real development. When people talk about what made Ronaldo special, they always say it was hard work. And yes, he worked extremely hard, probably harder than most. But it wasn't just hard work. It was the right work. He trained with purpose. He fixed weaknesses. He repeated the right movements thousands of times. And on top of that, he had talent. He had natural athleticism, mentality, and obsession with improvement. It wasn't just grinding. It was talent plus smart work plus consistency over years. That's what made him who he is. And I'm not telling you not to work hard. You have to work hard. But you need to work hard on the right things. Work hard on your weaknesses. Work hard on your decision-making. Work hard in real game situations. Work hard while still enjoying the process. If you remove joy and intelligence from your training and replace it with pure grinding, you lose the essence of football. Hard work matters, but smart, purposeful, game-relevant work done consistently over years is what actually makes players elite. Woo! Not focusing on recovery. The fifth mistake young footballers make is not focusing on recovery. Most players think getting tired, feeling sore, and constantly pushing their limits will automatically make them stronger. They believe that if they skip recovery, train through fatigue, and keep grinding, they're building toughness. But it's not like that. Skipping recovery doesn't make you stronger. It makes you slower. You start feeling heavy during games. Your legs don't respond the same. Your reactions drop. You feel like you're working hard every day but not actually improving. That's accumulated fatigue. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the biggest examples of hard work in football. When people think about him, they think about discipline, extra training, insane work ethic, but he has said himself that he focuses heavily on recovery, sometimes even more than training. That's one of the reasons he has maintained elite performance for so long. But recovery isn't just copying mainstream trends. Foam rolling, long static stretching sessions, ice baths every single day. These tools can have their place, but they are not magic solutions. Stretching may temporarily reduce the feeling of tightness, but it doesn't automatically fix deeper movement issues. Ice baths can reduce inflammation in certain situations, but overusing them can blunt adaptation. Real recovery starts with fundamentals. Sleep deeply and consistently. Get natural sunlight daily. Spend time outside instead of constantly being under artificial light and screens. Calm your nervous system. Eat properly. Hydrate properly. Give your body enough nutrients to rebuild. Slow walks after matches. Light movement. Relaxed breathing. Letting your body shift from stress mode into recovery mode. Recovery is not laziness. It's performance strategy. If you train hard but ignore recovery, your progress will stall. If you balance stress and recovery intelligently, you improve faster, stay healthier, and perform better when it actually matters on match day. So, that's it, the 5 biggest mistakes young footballers make. Copying pros, ignoring game-realistic training, grinding in the gym the wrong way, believing hard work alone is enough, and not focusing on recovery. If you want to go pro, it's not just about working harder than everyone else, it's about working smarter, training the right way, and taking care of your body and mind, playing intelligently, building a connection with the ball, moving naturally, and recovering properly will take you further than endless grinding ever could. So start applying this today. Focus on the right things, train with purpose, recover like a professional, and enjoy the game while you improve. If you learned something from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips that actually make a difference.